hopefully you can hear me okay. Go ahead and start recording. Happy Monday, everybody. It's great to see all you guys again, as per usual, from our lovely Zoom. It sounds like I was asking guys, it's like, yeah, that's awesome. And you guys would be proud of me. It was actually productive and epic. I actually went for a 33-mile bike ride this weekend. It was awesome. My butt sore, but it was awesome. It was a good ride. It was a good time. So today we're going to jump right. We're doing 200 IM swimming. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at both the 2 IM meters and the 2 IM yards, contrasting the approach to both of them. Okay. So what we're going to do here first is the first thing we're going to start up is we're going to do 200 yard IM. Okay, so the video I'm going to show you guys, I'm actually going to share the link to you guys. Caleb Dressel swimming back in 2018. This was at the Southeast Conference Championships for college swimming. It was him swimming for Florida. So I'll go ahead and share this to you for you guys. It's going to be in the chat, so y'all. He is going to be in lane 4, and for you guys, for where to look specifically, it's actually going to be the 4th lane from the top of the screen. Okay, that's going to be, so if you want to pay attention to as he's swimming is that number 1. Oh, got this. There we go. Is that with 200 yards, it's 2 lap strokes. So you're going to get a stroke turn in every one of your stages of the race. So you really want to make sure you maximize that turn, right? The second thing is when you guys are watching, watch and see how he kind of negative splits on the back half of every one of his stages. Okay, he negative splits or attempts to negative split single 50. Okay, so keep in mind you're watching that. Okay. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. This race actually starts right away in the video. So if you guys are following along, you can just, as soon as you hit play, you're gonna be rolling. All right. Pulling up the screen for you guys. So Caleb's gonna be right here where my cursor kind of highlights right there. All right. Right away. You guys all know he really works underwater. Look at that. He's going water at least 12 and a half yards off. Really close like yards. Okay, it's the turn. Now we're going to see some acceleration on his part. Really working that dolphin kick a little bit quicker. Arm toe is up. All right, breaststroke time. If you guys notice, when you watch his underwater for breaststroke, you notice he really lose any speed. He's constantly moving at nearly the same speed the entire way. He's losing much speed in waters. All right, now we're into the freestyle. Really turned on his legs hard on that last 25 for the freestyle. Then head down for the finish. Boom. All right. So that's the 200 yard IM. So a couple differences between the 2 IM in yards and the 200 IM in meters is you're getting extra turns, okay? So when you're swimming the fly, you're gonna do an open turn going from butterfly to butterfly. That's a nice little perk. Really work that underwater. The other thing is with backstroke and breaststroke and freestyle, all of them turn into the same stroke, okay? Now, we're talking about the 200 meter IM, all right, it's a different animal altogether. That's something that you guys need to kind of understand. That the mindset is very different between the 200 IM in yards and the 200 IM in meters. All right, and one of the big reasons for that is you're getting the extra turns in the 200 yard IM, all right, as opposed to its counterpart in meters. All right, so when you're racing the 200 IM in yards, your mindset is you're trying to negative split every 50. Right, going out really strong, really smooth in that first 25, and really attacking the second 5 of every single. Okay. Now, we switch over the 200 meter eye. All right, like I just said, it's a different animal. Okay, you only get 150 of each stroke, and there's no turn in it. Okay, any turn that you make in the 2 IM is going to go from one stroke to the next. All about those transition turns. All right. In terms of how do you approach the race, it's like that, it's different. In the 200 meter IM, you're looking to try to accelerate throughout the entire 50. So that first 12 and a half meters, you get your good solid underwater, get up, get moving. You want to get into that nice smooth rhythm of the as you progress through that 50 meters, you want to start picking up the tempo, building yourself to the end turn. And we talked a little bit about building into those transition turns. We talked about the 4 IM. So that's what we're looking to do here, is you're really looking to, as you swim the 200 IM, every 50 is about building up into that transition. Another way to think of it, guys, if you guys can see me on my computer screen, is every 50 in the 200 IM, think about as you're swimming at 50, someone has magically taken the pool and tilted it on an angle. So the pool just got angled, all right? And the way you kind of think about that is that you're thinking in terms of, if you're running down a hill, if you're saying running down, as you run down that hill, your speed keeps increasing. You want to have that same mindset with the 50 meter pool. Right? As you progress through that 50 meters, you want to think faster. It really picking up that tempo as you progress through that transition. Okay. The next video we're going to take a look at is the 200M final at the Revis Farewell. So we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to show you guys the video right now. The race actually is at around 1:30 seconds. Okay, so let me get that link out to you guys. All right, I just sent the link out to all you guys. Go ahead and pull that up. As you guys are pulling that up, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. All right. So, as always, Michael Phelps, we're kind of spoiled in this era where we get to kind of watch someone who is a phenomenal athlete. But I want you guys to watch as he swims. You can really see it in his freestyle near the end, but if you're paying very close attention, you'll see it in all his strokes, that he does pick up his tempo as he progresses across the pool. There is an acceleration into those transition turns, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at Phelps. One of the other things, guys, as the video that you guys are looking at, on their breakouts, in that first breakout, you'll see that all of them are breaking out right around 12 and a half, 13 meters going out. All right. Just like you saw Caleb Dressel do in his yard race, okay? Is still doing those long, powerful, fast underwaters, okay? You can see right here that right there is about the 15 meter mark, okay? So look at these guys. They're taking their first strokes right around that time, okay? So they're really getting that fast, powerful underwater going, all right? That's something that's similar between the yards and meters. All right, you should kind of look closely. You'll notice the swimmers, their tempos have definitely picked up from the first couple strokes of the race. All right, again, real long, powerful underwaters. All right, they're going that time about maybe 10, 11 meters underwater. Another thing to note, guys, when I talk about you want to accelerate into those transition turns, there's always that happy medium. You don't want to start spinning your wheels so much that you're slipping in through the water, that you're losing your grip and pull on the water. All right, here's the breaststroke. It's really good to see from the side angle. You can kind of see the tempo and the underwaters as well. You can see how it's begin to pick up a little bit as they're accelerating towards that transition. All right, here we go. Now it's into the freestyle. Like I said, you'll see Phelps really pick up his tempo in the back half of this freestyle. This part is probably the best part where we really see that. So you see his tempo right now. It really gets out ahead of the, and then you see him really starting to accelerate that last 25 meters or so, really accelerating into the finish. All right. All right. So you guys, couple big things to take away from today is one, it's about turns. All right. If you're looking at in terms 200 IM in yards, terms are super, super critical. As you guys saw in Caleb Dressel's race, he was really fast in and out of those walls. Okay. And he was really using his kick to its absolute fullest from start to finish in that race. Okay. I mean, when we look at the 200 IM, okay, it's a little bit different, but still those turns are important. Those transition turns got to be smooth and aggressive. And again, both of the races, both times you see good underwaters off every wall, okay? Now, some of the big differences, obviously shorter distance for the yards as opposed to the meters. And one of the things that you guys may or may not have noticed when you watched Caleb Dressel is his 50 butterfly in that 2IM, he only took 4 strokes in his first 25 yards, and he only took 5 strokes for his butterfly in the second 25 yards. Now, obviously, you guys aren't there to the point where you guys can do something like that yet, but that's something to noteworthy is he's really working those walls, so he's using his arms less, all right, giving himself more energy on the back half of that race. 2IM, different monster. You don't get those luxuries of all those extra underwaters. So you really got to make sure that when it comes to the 200 IM in meters, your mindset is very focused on kind of that downhill racing for every single 50. You can't think of it as, oh, I'll kind of take it easy on this 50. I'll set myself up for the next 50. And I see that a lot with some of you guys doing the 200 IM. Is you guys look at your weakest stroke or your 4th best stroke in the IM and say, well, I'll use that as kind of a recover all together. No, you need to attack every single one, just like I said in the 4IM. And I would even argue that you should really be attacking harder than anything else your 4th best stroke. Okay, that's pretty much kind of the gist of the 2IM, and that's some of the big differences between the meters and the yards. Okay, so what questions do you guys have regarding the 2IM? No questions from anybody. I wonder if anybody's even watching right now and listening. No, Coach Rob is, because I can see Coach Rob. Oh, Evan poked his head in. I know Evan's listening. Abby's listening. Jackson's listening. Luke. How many of you guys, let's show of hands, how many of you guys like the IM? Evan kind of likes it. Abby so-so. Jackson? Abby, kind of so-so. Alex has just a confused look on his face. Got some thumbs ups. All right, so this is another goal for you guys this upcoming season is I really want us to get better at just not only the 4IM, but also the 200 IM and really hammering out getting stronger in all our strokes, okay? And just like with the 4IM, where I said to be a really good 4IMer, you have to be really solid in 200 distances for every stroke. With the 200 IM, it's basically cut in half. You got to be really proficient in the hundreds of every stroke, okay? And really taking the opportunities to work on that fourth best stroke of yours, okay? Jack's falling asleep. All right, you guys, any questions you got for me? Nothing at all. All right, so for the rest of this week, guys, we got social media tomorrow. If you guys in the newsletter, make sure you guys are submitting pictures to me about with you and your dads, okay? Father's Day is coming up, so we want to celebrate our dads just like we did celebrating with our moms. You guys did awesome. When we had Mother's Day, let's do the same thing for our dads, okay? Wednesday, we're having another Zoom talk. This one will be about the 1500 meter freestyle. We are not going to watch the entire race. We're going to kind of take chunks of it and kind of look at different points of it and kind of point out a few things. All right. And yes, we are going to be looking at Katie Ledecky with that one. I think that she's the poster child of the distance events for us. So we're going to take a look at that. And then Friday, we're going to do a second episode of those little things. So what we did last Friday, we're going to do, or 2 Fridays ago, I'm sorry. Last Friday we had the coot. We're going to go ahead and do another little things episode. Okay. Stay tuned for that. All right. Any questions you guys got for me pertaining to the IM or anything else? This is your last chance. 3, 2, 1. All right.
What about the crossover turn? What kind of turn should I do between backstroke and breaststroke?
All right, so Coach Rob just pointed out
what kind of turn should I be doing? Coach Chris, what kind of turn should I do between backstroke and breaststroke?
Well, ideally, as you guys can see, and I'll pull it even up back again, you want to do transitions or you want to do the crossover turn. We haven't talked about that yet. That's what I was thinking about talking about when we were talking about the little things, episode 2 this Friday. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I'm going to zoom back real quick. We'll watch Phelps do it. We'll actually watch Phelps and Dressel do it real quick here. So give me a second. All right. Go ahead and reshare my screen. You guys are lucky Coach Rob is there to ask questions. All right. All right. So here we go again. Cool if like they had a zoom feature on YouTube. All right, I'm going to slow it down a little bit to half speed. Okay, so kind of give you guys a flavor of what we might touch on Friday is the crossover turn. All right, so what you guys are going to see here is right here. Now, let's see if we can inch it back just a smidge. Okay, so it's kind of difficult to see with this view, but all right. So we're going to take a look at who's right next to Phelps. Okay, he's taking his last arm stroke into the wall. Now, traditionally, you guys have learned when you're going from backstroke to breaststroke that you touch the wall on your back and then do a modified open turn onto your stomach for the breaststroke. Okay, what we've actually found out is there's a faster way to do that transition, and it's the crossover turn. So what happens is you're going to take your last stroke. All right, and in this point, if you can see my cursor right here, he's taking his last stroke. You can see his arm extending. He's rolling onto his right side. So his right side is pointing down towards the bottom of the pool. And he's reaching the wall. Now, at this point, goal is to touch the wall while your shoulders are at vertical or slightly below vertical. Okay? So you're once you make contact with that wall, you're already halfway through a flip turn. All right. So the key to this is timing. It's all about timing for you guys. And it's going to be really, really wonky for you guys at the start. You guys are going to want to roll to your side that your last stroke is being taken on. In reality, you want to roll to the opposite side of it. Okay. Once you make contact with that wall, then you can go flip turn. Okay? But you have to make contact with the wall on that side. All right. If you roll past vertical, it is an illegal turn. All right. I think I'm going to let's take a look at Caleb Dressel doing it. He actually did it as well. And I think his shot's a little bit crisper in terms of seeing it. Let's scroll back here. Let's see, where are we at? We're at the breaststroke. All right, here we go. So the backstroke. Let's go ahead and slow this down and see if we can see what they're doing here. So I'm going to go super slow. So we see Caleb Dressel kind of in the corner of your screen right here. He's taking his last stroke. Let's scoot back a little bit. You're going to see him at the corner of your screen taking that last stroke. See how he rolls to the opposite side? Look, at that point, he's touching the wall. And you can see now his hips are vertical, all right? And he's starting to roll into that flip turn. He already made contact with the wall as he goes into the flip turn. And you can see, look at, it's a full flip turn that he did, all right? As soon as he made contact with that wall with his arm, he's able to go right into the flip turn. All right, let's watch it one more time. Right, boom, there, into that turn. So since we have a lot of downtime before our next big meets for a while, guys, this is one of those things that we're going to spend some time working on and getting and learning how to do it properly. Okay, just like we did with the step over starts, really working the step over starts with you guys, and you guys became really comfortable with it at the end of the spring season. We're going to start really working on this cross turn. All right, going from backstroke to breaststroke. And it's going to be one of those things that we're going to just pound away on. And the expectation is also that you guys will be doing it during practice. So if we're doing 200 IM swims, all right, or even 100 IM swims, you guys should be working on trying to do that turn, okay? It's just like anything. The more you do it, the more comfortable and more confident you'll get with it, all right? Any other questions? I like how Quinn chimed in to you when you asked what kind of turn, and Quinn goes, open. There you go. He was a brave sailor jumping in on that. All right. If you guys got no other questions, I'm going to let you guys go. As a reminder, remember, tomorrow, send me your pictures with your dad. All right. Let's celebrate them. Wednesday, we'll talk about the mile. And then Friday, we will talk about some of the transition turn. All right. And we'll touch on maybe one or two